Some can be over 100 years old, and they're technically alive. Some bakeries are still baking bread today using sourdough starter cultures that began in the 1800s. One famous example is the historic sourdough tradition in San Francisco, where unique wild yeast strains developed because of the region's climate. What makes this wild? A sourdough starter is a living ecosystem that has wild yeast, lactobacillus bacteria, and enzymes. And how does this help our cocoa? Healthy gut, healthy cocoa. Welcome back to Stir the Coco. We are happy to have you here. We invite you to like and subscribe on YouTube at Stir the Coco and BCTV to continue bringing you great cocoa content. Today, we are doing a deep dive into the sourdough world with Christina, a professional baker that has studied and worked internationally. Before we meet her, I would like to give an hola shout out to Christy, who has begun the sourdough starter journey. Making semi-sweet sourdough bread? Christy, send us the recipe. Let's go meet our guest. Vamos. Hello everyone and welcome back to Stir the Coco. I am honored to have our guest today. She is a professional pastry chef. We have Christina with Death by Pastry. Christina, welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Well, we're really excited, and I know our audience is probably looking at this, but they have to wait for a second. First, we want to talk about, can you share your journey that led you into becoming a professional pastry chef?
I'm going to say, yeah, I can definitely share that with you. Never in a million years, when I was a little kid, did I ever think I was going to be a pastry chef. I used to love working with my mom, grandma, and aunts in the kitchen for holidays, baking with them. And unfortunately, when I was younger, one of my aunts passed away, and she had this M&M cookie recipe. And every time we went over there, we always got M&M cookies. We always got a bag to go home, and everybody always talked about these M&M cookies. So when she passed away, I took it upon myself to recreate her recipe, starting off with a Toll House recipe.
Oh my gosh.
I would change ingredients a little bit at a time, and at that time I had no idea I was doing food science, but I started doing food science at a young age. As it took me, I want to say it was like 7 years, I kept working on this recipe, and just as a kid, and then I started going into high school, so it was every now and again where I'd still get to work on it.
Wow.
And once I started working, I was still bringing these cookies into work, and a lot of my coworkers really liked them, and they asked me, well, if you make these cookies, can you make other things? And I said, sure, why not? I'll try it and see what happens. So I started making them different cookies, like chocolate covered strawberries, and then it turned into cakes.
Wow.
And the cakes turned in from where I would just make a sheet cake for them to sculpted cakes.
A sculpted cake. This is on your own, self-taught.
Self-taught on my own. And
Were you using YouTube or no?
No, they wasn't around at the time.
Oh my gosh, so this is like really just you.
This is just me, but just
wow.
At that time using box cake mix, baking cakes, building them up, sculpting them. Didn't know that that was like a thing.
Yes, yes.
And from there, I kept working on all of these different elaborate cakes. I went from one cake to the next. I was making VW bugs that looked like a VW bug.
No.
I made a Corvette.
You made a Corvette?
Yeah, I made a Hello Kitty.
Oh, Christine, I'll let you know when my birthday is. Wow.
So I was making all of these and staying up to crazy hours in the morning.
Yes.
There was one day I think I stayed up till like 6 o'clock in the morning finishing a cake, and I had a test the following day at 8 a.m. for college.
Oh my gosh.
And at that time, I was going to college for criminal justice.
Wow.
And my boyfriend asked me, why are you going to school for criminal justice when you're up at all hours of the night baking these cakes? Why don't you go into this?
Wow.
So I started looking at schools, looking at the best pastry schools that there were, ones that were, at that time, Schoolcraft only had a certificate for baking and pastry.
Okay.
And I started looking around at different states. Of course, CIA popped up, the Culinary Institute of America. They were very pricey at the time too. And then Johnson & Wales popped up. And they were one of the best pastry schools at the time. And one of our friends lived down in Charlotte, and they had a campus in Charlotte. So we went down there, checked it out, absolutely loved it.
Oh.
I applied, got in, and then started pastry school.
Wow, what a journey. That is so exciting. Starting from the Toll House cookies and then you end up in pastry school.
Exactly.
Wow. So that's when you found your happiness, your happy place?
I found my passion, I found my happiness. I was a little bit older at the time. I was about 25 when I started pastry school.
Okay.
So when I started there, I took everything seriously, went to school, learned as much as I could, and whenever there were extra projects that chefs had, I asked to help out, and then they came to the pastry program one day, and they're like, we have this internship to offer a select few people that are in our pastry program.
Oh.
You have to apply, you have to write an essay, and you have to be accepted into it. Only 2 people out of, I want to say it was about 100 people in the pastry program, only 2 were going to be able to go to this internship in France.
Oh, in France?
Yeah.
Emily in Paris.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I applied for it. I did not think I was going to get it, but I did.
Oh my gosh.
So I did my internship at Alain Ducasse Pastry School, École Nationale de Pâtisserie in Issengeaux, France.
Oh, mon Dieu.
And at that time, Alain Ducasse had the most Michelin stars in the world. And this is his pastry school. It is a chateau, so it is a castle, and it's on a hill that I went.
That was your school?
That was my school.
Wow, this is a dream.
Yeah. So it was absolutely amazing while I was over there. I got to learn a lot. At that school, they had a ton of different chefs that would come in and do classes while we were there, so we were able to sit on or like sit in some of the classes. And these classes were taught by master French chefs. Each one had a mastery in something different.
Oh my gosh.
There was chocolate, there was bread, sugar work, all sorts of different things. It was absolutely amazing.
Oh my gosh.
And then when I came back from that program, I applied to be a teaching assistant at the school. And I ended up getting the position at the school and was able to work hand in hand with a few of the chefs that I really looked up to. So one was Harry P. Muller, and he is a master German baker and competed in Coupe du Monde du Boulangerie for the U.S. team. And he was their master sculptor.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Only.
Yeah. He's absolutely amazing, super sweet, and just a great person, and made me fall in love with bread. So I was able to work with him and learn a lot more in depth about bread with him. And that's where my love for bread started, was with him.
Wow. What a teacher can do.
Exactly. Amazing. And from there, working with him, I actually did a international competition in Munich, Germany.
Oh.
We competed as a U.S. team at the IBA Cup, and we were the second youngest team, and out of 24 chefs, I was the single female competing.
No, okay. Applause. What? That's incredible.
And we were competing against people that had bakeries. We were competing against instructors. We were even competing against people with years and years of just like knowledge under their belt, competitions under their belt. One of the gentlemen that we were competing against was the world's best bread sculptor.
Oh my God, that was your competition.
That was our competition, the first one I ever did.
Oh my God, how did you keep composed? And I mean,
we trained very hard for a very long time, and once you're in it and you're working, you just kind of keep going. And the one benefit for us is we went on the first day. So we weren't nervous because you didn't see anybody's work yet.
Oh, that's great.
So
you don't compare yourself.
Yes.
That's perfect.
So like the first day we did it all, and then we were able to relax. Everybody else had to kind of like watch, and then.
Wow. And what were you making in this competition? Were there several categories? Or
there were 2 categories.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, there were 3.
Okay.
So the 3 categories there was bread, there was vinaigre, and there was sculpture.
Wow.
I worked the vinaigre, which is laminate dough. So it's, if you think of like croissants and danishes and things like that. I made all of those and all of the fillings for them. Wow. And all of them were like, I made a little mini piano.
Whoa, oh my gosh.
I made a mini piano. I made a little braided saxophone. Like all of these different little pieces, and every single one looks like a little work of art. So
I can imagine. Wow.
I worked on all of that while my partner, he worked on the sculpture and the bread, because we only had to have a few decorative loaves of bread, and then the sculpture was the other big piece. So that was absolutely amazing.
And what were the results?
We ended up placing 4th.
Wow.
So in our first competition ever.
Incredible. And like you described the competition. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. So that probably just revved you up more to just
just to keep on going and do more and have fun with it.
Wow. And so your bread journey led you, so one of these things led you into mastering the art of bread? Or?
Yes.
Yes.
So working with Chef P and doing all of the different bread classes with him, doing the competition and learning that it's not just a loaf of bread. There's all different forms of bread that you can do. Wow. And then the laminate doughs, a lot of them are art forms where you're just creating this little art piece. And so it allows me to kind of utilize all of my different skills opposed to just a single skill.
Absolutely. Wow. Well, let's give us some insight then on the world of bread, because obviously it's something that is in all cultures, right?
It is.
It's and one of them that's obviously been talked about recently a lot is sourdough.
Yeah.
Explain to us sourdough, and I have to show our audience. This is my gift. Thank you, Christina. Merci.
You're welcome.
Tell us. Parlez-vous français? Well, tell us what. Okay, first of all, what is a sourdough starter? Because a lot of people just say are talking about it. What is it? Tell us from the beginning.
A sourdough starter, it's wild yeast and lactic acid bacteria.
Okay.
Is what a sourdough starter is.
Okay.
The wild yeast is actually in the wheat itself. So that is how you actually get the wild yeast in there. You can use other things to do a starter. People will say apples and grapes and things like that because there is wild yeast on the outside of organic apples and grapes that haven't been treated. But you can start it with just flour. But what's in there is, the way that it works is you add water and flour in there, and that actually gives food to the yeast, because once you add water to your flour, it actually changes the proteins into a sugar. So the sugar is food for the yeast. And while the yeast is working, what they do is they eat that sugar and they let off carbon dioxide. That's why this rises and why you see all these little bubbles.
Oh my gosh. So it's alive. Like it's
alive.
So are there people joke about it, right? That how alive is it? Or
Yeah.
does it get moody? I mean,
Oh yeah.
what are the jokes?
There are days where I'm like, this is being very sassy today.
No. So you do notice.
Yes, I do notice. They definitely, I was gonna say, depending on weather, your flour can have an effect on it because the water, like the moisture in the air, can actually absorb into your flour. So when it has a little bit more like liquid in the flour itself,
Yes.
it might be not as active because you're adding water in there. So it needs more flour because the sugars are in that flour for you.
Oh,
Or for
that's
the
a good
yeast.
tip. So someone that is starting out, that's a great tip. Then, what 2 or 3 tips would you give someone when they have to feed their starter?
Their starter?
Yeah.
What I would say, I usually do a 2-to-1 ratio flour to water.
Okay.
And then I like to work my sourdough out of the fridge, like my starter out of the fridge. So what I do, as long as your starter is mature, which is 9 months old,
Okay.
you can feed it. I would leave it out for 2 to 3 hours, let it kind of get like warm up and the yeast start getting active and eating. And then I put it in the fridge to have it slow down so that I have a little bit more time with it. Because if you feed your sourdough starter, as soon as you feed it,
Yes.
about 8 hours later, it's ready to use.
Oh, so you don't leave it out on the counter?
You can.
Or you can, but that's
You
going to
can.
change, like you said.
Yeah, that's going to change. So I usually do my starter, I will feed it, I'll leave it out for a couple hours, and then I place it in the fridge.
Okay.
And then I make my bread about 14 hours later. So it gives me a little bit more time to go ahead before I start making my dough.
Oh.
Another one to know when your sourdough starter is ready to use.
Yeah, tell us another tip.
It's called the float method.
Oh.
So you take a glass of water, fill it up with warm water, take a pinch of your starter and put it on top of the water. And if it floats, it means that your starter is ready to be used. If it sinks, it still needs more time to work.
That's a great tip. I hope everyone wrote that one down. That's a great tip. And then you know how some people then have a discard, right?
Yes.
So when it
Yes.
reaches a certain limit, you can take some of it. What's the discard? So when people say discard.
So discard is when you're not baking bread, so you're not
Like that 14, like the cycle that you explained.
Yes.
Okay, so you're not going to do that.
So if you're not making bread, you still need to feed your starter, and you only keep about a tablespoon of your starter, and then you feed it.
Okay.
So you only, otherwise, like if you keep feeding it, it's going to grow and grow and grow, and you're going to have this massive container with starter in it. So you do have to either use it in your bread, or if you're not using it and you're just feeding it, you're going to have what's called a discard.
Okay.
With the discard, there are tons of different things that you can make with it. You can actually make crackers with it. You can add it into your cookies. It gives it kind of, because of the lactic acid bacteria in there, it kind of gives it almost like a tangy, milky taste on the end of your cookie.
Oh, with any recipe? Like, can someone just add starter?
Pretty much any recipe, you could add starter in it to give it a flavor depth.
Wow. That's incredible. So the options are endless. So it's not just let's make bread.
It's not.
But with the discard, you can make anything.
You can make anything.
What's like one of the craziest things you've made with discard?
Craziest things that I've made with discard. Oh, you're putting me on the spot here. Actually, I haven't made it, but it was really cool and really fun.
Yeah.
One of my regulars asked me for discard so that he could make a cocktail with it. He made a simple syrup with the discard and made a rye-style cocktail, and he wanted it to taste like a toasted sourdough bread.
No.
It was super, super
cool.
cool.
My God, did he let you taste it? Did he bring it to one of your...
It was really cool.
That is awesome. So so you can eat it raw. Like you can.
You can try it. Yeah, you can eat it raw.
Because I mean, if you made it in the cocktail and you
made it in
didn't
a
bake
cocktail.
it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. You can eat it raw. I do at times. I do taste my starter.
Okay.
I spit it out afterwards into the garbage, but I do taste it because you can taste if it's acidic enough or if it doesn't have that acid bite.
Yeah.
Then it means that it has too much, like it's too much of a base. So you need to add a little bit of acid to it. You can always, to balance the acids out in there,
Okay.
you can add a little bit of lemon juice. If it's super acidic, it will be flour.
Oh, okay. So that's the,
Yeah.
you have to watch for those two things.
Yeah.
If you're going away on vacation, I mean, do you have to hand it to someone to babysit your starter? Or can you leave it in the fridge? I mean, what are the guidelines?
I was going to say you can leave it in the fridge. That would be the tip that I was letting you know about, how if you have a matured starter,
Yes,
you can feed it and place it in the fridge. You can actually, if you feed it and place it in the fridge and have it in a larger container,
Okay.
about like a quart container, I would say, place it in the back, and you can probably leave it for about a month.
Oh.
And then what you would do is, it's gonna get a liquid on top.
Okay. Okay. A little crusty or?
It'll
Yeah,
start getting a little crusty. It'll get discolored. It'll look gray.
Okay.
And then it'll also have like this liquid on top, which is actually almost like a yeast vinegar is
Okay.
what it is. I dump that out, and then I take all of the gray off of the top, and then just down in the center where it's just like nice and this color still,
Okay.
I would grab a pinch of that, and that's where I would feed it to start bringing it back. And before I started making dough, I'd probably feed it for about 2 to 3 days, just to make sure it has a nice little jump on it.
Okay, before you start to do anything with it. Oh my gosh, so this is great. So for people that have tried and given up or about to give up, what can you tell someone to get them back on the sourdough journey?
I would say Rome wasn't built in a day. I've
Okay.
made a lot of bad bread to make good bread.
Oh, I like that.
The other part too is like every recipe is not necessarily going to work for you. You have to find what works for you and do that. Once you find something that works for you, keep doing that, and then you're able to start changing stuff up a little bit and working in different if you want to start doing flavors, working in flavors and things like that. Another tip that I would give you too
Yes.
would be with that, I would definitely do a recipe that would be in grams where you actually scale everything.
Oh.
That'll give you a better outcome than if you're using tablespoons, teaspoons, and cups.
Oh, okay.
And also, honestly, ounces as well, because ounces, there's 28.35 grams in 1 ounce.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of room for error there.
Oh, that's good, because baking is to be really precise.
Baking is
on
a
that.
science, but I would say don't give up. And then
Okay.
one of the, there is a funny little saying that I have from one of my chefs from school.
Oh, please share.
And it wasn't my bread chef, it was actually my chocolate chef.
Oh.
And he would say every day, he would ask me, who's the boss, you or the chocolate? Half the time, more than half the time, the chocolate was the boss. I'd be covered in chocolate every day. I'd walk out, my apron,
Oh no.
was white, came out brown. Well, I transitioned that over to bread. So everybody that works with me at the bakery, I say, who's the boss, you or the bread?
Oh,
So you
love
need
it.
to be the boss of the bread. Bread is alive and living. So
Yes.
you work it and like have it work to the way you would like it shaped and
Well, it's what you wanted to. Well, actually, like you have your bread here.
Yeah. Oh,
Tell
yeah.
us, like, so this is sourdough.
That is sourdough.
Okay. And yeah, tell us about.
I was gonna say that's our rustic sourdough.
Yes.
That one has our 20-year-old sourdough
And
starter
tell
now.
us her name, because sourdough, you name sourdoughs, right? Is that a
Sourdoughs
thing?
you name, a lot of people do name their sourdoughs because they are alive and they're feeding them. So
Oh, so you get
giving an
attached.
inanimate object a name makes you feel like it's something more, so that you are going to take care of it and things like that. So now it is part of the family.
Oh my! So what is her name or his name? Her name?
So this one is named Dough Jangles. We were down in Charlotte when I was given this one. So Bojangles was huge down there, so we called them Dough Jangles.
Dough Jangles. How old is Dough Jangles?
Dough Jangles is 20.
20. Wow.
I do have a few other ones at home. We have Lavander Holyfield, who is 2, and then we have Lavanna White, who's 5. So we have some brothers and sisters as well.
Oh, the family. I love it. Well, I'll bring her over to visit. And that is great. What a fun journey. I mean, this makes it fun to be in the kitchen, right?
Yeah,
and
it makes it a lot of fun.
Yes, what a journey. Well, we have a few minutes, and I want you to tell me about your business. And here's the logo, which is super cool. Actually, quickly, tell me why this logo. It's super cool for Death by Pastry.
Well, my boyfriend or partner, his brother is a tattoo artist. So we told him what we were looking for kind of like a logo, and he sketched up a whole bunch of different ideas. And he sketched up a rough idea of this, and I absolutely loved it because I've been working in kitchens for a very long time. A running joke working in a kitchen is working on a pirate ship. So this is our Jolly Roger pirate flag.
So this speaks a lot.
Yes.
I love it. Well, that's a great story. This logo, yes. So your business is amazing because we've tried just, like your pies and cookies. And tell us a little bit how your journey is going with your business and where people can find you.
Business is going very, very well. We will be at the Birmingham Farmers Market and the Farmington Farmers Market this year.
Okay.
And one of the other things that we are working on getting up and running, which we just started, is going to be bread deliveries.
Gosh, who doesn't want this with your morning coffee? Tell us about that. I think that's a genius idea.
Well, that was one thing that we were thinking of, where everybody orders things to their home, and one thing that's lacking is getting fresh baked goods to your home.
Love it.
So we would love to do where we deliver you fresh bread. There will be options of cookies, and we'll start putting our, hopefully, our laminated brioche on there as well.
Can I get one in a saxophone or a piano shape?
And then we will have a bunch of our sourdough, different sourdough flavors. This one is my favorite, is our rustic. That one is rye, whole wheat, and bread flour blend in that one.
Amazing. And it's so good for your health and your gut health, because here at Stir the Coco, we are always talking about our brain health, and this is good for you. So this is amazing. Well, I really wish you tons of success.
Thank you.
And actually, I can't let you go. I know I have a quick minute. I have a question for you, because here at Stir the Coco, we like to read a little question to you and then teach you some Spanish, because you can't leave without learning a little something, although you speak French, so but let's do some Spanish today. All right, here's your little sentence, fill in the blank. Life is better when there's a blank in the oven, and why?
Pan?
Pan? Oh, bread. Oh. So you think that's the best thing, to have a pan in the oven?
I just love, so that I would say is probably one of my downfalls with baking, is you have to let bread cool before you cut it. Fresh bread out of the oven is my weakness. And I love it too, is because it sings. So when the crust comes out, it starts crackling.
Yes.
And I'm always like, oh, the bread's singing to me.
Eat me, eat me.
Yes.
Well, you're definitely going to say this then. The word is how delicious. Que sabroso.
Que sabroso.
Ah, muy bien. Bueno, so every time you take it up, que sabroso. And pan, you already know, que sabroso pan. So now you have a whole sentence. Well, Cristina, it was a true pleasure to have you.
It was so great.
And yummy, yummy. And I hope this opened up the eyes to a lot of people to not be afraid of starting the sourdough journey.
Yeah, don't be afraid of starting it. It's so much fun.
It is, and it's very personal and just another family member.
Yeah, oh yeah. Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the family. Well, gracias, Cristina, and I hope to see you again. And I definitely will be doing some more shopping at Death by Pastry. So thank you.
Thank you.
Adios.